Hey everyone, it's Josh again with Spiritual Guidance. Glad to see you all back. Glad you're watching my video. I really appreciate it. And today I'm going to be talking about visions, about my first vision, how I started to be able to see visions better, um, and how you can help yourself be able to see visions, messages from your guides, from other spirits, things like that. So it's not really as complicated as you would think, and a lot of the times you're actually seeing a vision or a message, but you don't realize it. You think that it's your imagination, or you think that you're just making it up, but you're really not. It's it can be very confusing. Also, once you start to see them, you think, did I really just see that, or did I just make that up? Or you think, oh, I couldn't have seen that. It's a very difficult thing to learn, but very easy to do. So basically, I'll start from the beginning of how I started seeing visions, and then I'll kind of go along to explain to you how I got better at seeing visions and messages and receiving them and things like that. Um, so basically, and then at the end, I will give you a few tips to for yourself to help practice being able to see visions a little better. All right, so for me, my very first vision that I can actually remember was in the beginning. I was meditating, and it was the very beginning of my awakening. It actually started my awakening process of all of this. So I meditated for the very first time, and I saw a big fiery bird. Um, I had no clue what it was. I've never seen it before. It was very new to me, but it was kind of weird, to say the least. I didn't really realize that I just saw a vision. I thought that I just saw it in my imagination. That was the end of it. I did do some digging to see what that meant, and I will say that it means, if you ever see a fiery bird, it was a phoenix, and I didn't know that it was a burnt or a fiery phoenix, which means new beginnings. Phoenix means you're being reborn, things like that. So when I saw that phoenix, that was a message. And if you don't know, spirits talk in symbols a lot of the times. They'll send you one thing that means a ton of different things. So they sent me that, and they were basically telling me, hey, you're being reborn, in a sense of the way I think. My life pretty much is being redone. Um, so I saw that, and then that I didn't really pay too much attention to because it was just a fiery bird. It just popped in my vision. It wasn't anything crazy. But then I actually saw, and this was a few days later in my meditation, I actually saw um, three girls holding my hand. And my hand was out like this, and they were all three holding it, and they were telling me to stay with them, stay with them. And that was a very random and weird thing for me to see. I've never seen anything like that. It was like I was dreaming, but then I was awake still. And it happened so fast, and then all of a sudden I snapped back and realized, hold on, I wasn't just dreaming, I'm still awake. And I just lost that little gap of time right there. So I was just meditating, and I see colors a lot when I meditate. And I was seeing a lot of colors and things, and then all of a sudden it flashed to that vision. I saw it. They said, stay with us," and they were laughing, and then I snapped back and realized, hold on, what just happened? Where did I just go? Why did I just see that? And I later found out that those three girls were my spirit guides at the time. They were basically telling me to stay with them, keep on this journey because it's going to be very worth it. Um, So that did happen, and that's what opened the door for me. From there, I went on and started searching, and I met a lady who's an angel. She helped me out so much. She lives actually in Australia. I live in the United States, and we use Facebook Messenger back and forth for about, I don't even know, maybe 4 months, 3 months. She taught me a lot about the chakra system. She taught me how to feel energy with my hands, how to heal with my hands. She taught me, we went through and bonded with all of my different chakras and everything, which really helped open up visions for me. It helped open up a lot of different things for me. So where I would go from this is I did see visions in between, but they were just like the first one. It was unexpected. I'd be sitting there and then all of a sudden flash. Then I realized, oh, I just saw a vision. Um, so it was kind of like that. And then half of the time I couldn't even remember the vision that I just saw. And so basically my quest turned into being able to see visions better because it was amazing to me to be able to see something so clear being shown to me. It was amazing. I remember one of my guides showed themselves to me when I was just meditating, and I kept seeing this lady just standing there smiling at me. And I was like, what in the world is this? Why is this lady just standing there smiling at me? And I didn't even realize that there was someone there for the most part. I thought I was seeing someone, just a vision or just in my imagination, and then I would cast them away and say, don't. My mind's going blank. I'm going to meditate, and then she just stayed there, and she's just smiling. And then I ended up talking with her, and she told me her name. She told me she's one of my spirit guides. She's there to help me at the time. I can't even remember what it was, but we talked for a while. She was from like uh, she was like an Egyptian kind of looking lady. So anyway, I saw that, and then I realized that I needed to, and after a bunch of research, I realized I needed to clear my mind. I needed to be able to make my mind go blank in order to receive those messages. And I thought to myself, that's easy, that's simple. I'm just gonna not think of anything. Well, when you ask a question, and this was my other thing, is I would ask a question and I would never get an answer back. I would always just get random visions. And it was kind of frustrating because I wanted to be able to say, hey, spirit guides, do you have any messages for me? And then all of a sudden see messages flowing in, and it just wasn't working. So I realized I needed to clear my mind, and I started doing that. My exercises for that was just start meditating, make my mind go blank completely, and allow it to just go blank. If I seen a vision, I saw a vision. I didn't pay any attention to it. I just made my mind go blank. And then as I went, I kind of found techniques to help my mind go blank. And really, honestly, once you start seeing visions and you do a little bit of inner work and you do more meditation and things like that, it is easy to clear your mind because your visions usually will come in like that. So a lot of the times, before I'm even done asking my question, the vision is coming in. Now, if I'm thinking about something and I'm asking the question, I'm probably not gonna get that vision or that message because it's clogged up with other thoughts in my head, or it gets jumbled up with other thoughts. So when you ask a question, you just immediately take your mind to a neutral place. You take it to a neutral place and you're not thinking of anything. You're not allowing any thoughts to come in. And you ask that question and you go to that place. A lot of people like to refer to it as if you just had a whiteboard or whatever, and you erase everything on it, which would symbolize your memory or your imagination and things like that, and your mind running around. So you would blank that out and start fresh, and then allow whatever to come in. So me, I picture I'll go into my third eye, and I go to my blank place, and sometimes and mine is black. I like it just black. I keep it black. That's it. So if I am seeing a vision or a something in my imagination, something in my mind going through, I just take it away. I just watch it disperse, and then it's back to black. And then from there, I might ask the question again. And when I ask it, I will start to see something, and it's the same exact as your imagination. It really is. It's the same exact as if you were to put something in there, but you didn't, and this is why. So say I close my eyes, and I don't have to close my eyes, but sometimes I do to get a clearer message. And just starting out, I would really recommend closing your eyes. It helps you see a little better. That's kind of funny. Close your eyes, it helps you see a lot better, or a little better. But it does. It really does through your third eye. So basically, I would ask, just do you have any messages for me? And before I ask that, I would close my eyes, and my mind would be thinking about, I have to do the laundry today or something. And then I would blank that out, and then I would ask, do you have any messages for me? And all of a sudden, I would see someone walking through a forest or something. And I'm like, why in the world am I seeing someone walking through a forest? Well, that was my guides telling me I need to go out into nature a little more. Or if I if I closed my eyes and said, do you have any messages for me? And all of a sudden, I start seeing the color yellow. They're telling me that chakra needs tending to, my solar plexus, and just things like that. So now that I see visions a little more clear, what happens is I will ask, for example, do you have any messages for me? And when I ask that, I will get a vision, but it's not just the vision. Along with that vision comes almost a memory or a knowing of what that means. So I will say, do you have any messages for me? And I will see, say for example, very vague, but I'll see a car. And a lot of the times I would think, what does this car mean? And if I don't get anything with it, I will ask, what does that mean? And don't be afraid to ask them what the message means, because they'll tell you. And so the car will come, and along with the car, I'll hear in my mind, or I'll think, I need to slow down in the car. And then I see that car, and then I know they're telling me, hey, maybe you need to take it a little easy. Your risk is up right now for getting in the wreck. That energy's around you right now. Let's take it down a notch. Be safe. And that has happened to me. Not with the car, though. They were showing me something else that had to do with a road trip or something like that. Oh yeah, I closed my eyes and I saw the word escargot, and I heard escargot. I was like, what in the heck does escargot mean? I've never heard it and never thought it or anything, and I think it means a snail or something, or it is a snail or something. And they were telling me to slow down. I saw a car, and I saw a snail, and they were just saying slow down, basically, because that energy is around me. So basically now, where I'm at is I can see visions pretty much anytime I ask a question or anytime I want. I can look at a person, and which I don't, because I feel it's invasion and things like that. But I could look at a person and just feel into them and see what they actually, what energy they have around them right now. For example, if someone asks me to read them and I do actually feel into their energy, I will just ask for their guides and my guides to come down, and I say, what message do you have any messages for this person? And I allow my mind to go blank, and then I actually will see different visions come through. Um, so that's pretty much where I'm at, and that vision comes with a knowing or a thought also, where sometimes you can hear words. Sometimes I see a spirit guide or something. They present themselves as a guy or a girl, and they'll talk with me. And it's just like having a conversation in your mind. You see this person, and you're talking with them, and you just have this conversation. And in the beginning, I thought a lot of the times that I was making it up. I thought, um, why would they ever say, or why would they ever come down to me and just have this easy of a conversation? If it was this easy my whole life, why wasn't I doing this before? And the answer is because I thought it was my imagination. I've had full blown conversations with them, and even still to this day, I'll doubt it. But at that time, I would think, there's no way that I heard or that they were there talking to me about that, and what they're saying is not right. And then synchronicity will kick in, and I will see something that related to that, or um, I'll see a symbol all of a sudden, and I'll research that symbol, and that will be um, related to the symbol, what we just talked about, and things like that. So they find a way to communicate with you and let you know that it is real. So my tips to you is, if you are wanting to see visions or see visions clearer, um, I would recommend working on your chakra system, working on getting yourself aligned, getting everything balanced. If you don't do that, which I really highly recommend it, but if you don't, the biggest thing is meditation. Meditate for a week straight, just getting yourself to a very calm place where you're not allowing any thoughts in, you're not thinking anything, and you're just able to go into a pretty good trance. And try to do that for a week or two before you try asking for any visions. And then after about a week or two, um, start asking. Just say, okay, spirit guides, I'm getting ready to meditate. For the highest good of all, no harm to none, I ask you to come down to me and give me messages. Um, and just say, while I'm meditating. And while you're sitting there meditating, I guarantee you, you will see a vision. Now, if you don't notice it, that's fine. They'll come back and they'll give you more the next time. And or if you get one and you don't really remember it, that's fine too. Don't get discouraged. The biggest thing is patience. And I don't have patience, and it was hard for me to learn. Trust me. My teachers got very upset and very angry at me because I'm not a very patient guy. So just ask them for a message, and eventually you will start to see those messages. Now, when you start to meditate, go in, close your eyes, clear your mind. If a thought starts to come in, just allow it to pass. Just like you're thinking, oh, I need to do the laundry today, and then you just allow that thought to go through. And eventually, and remind yourself to go quiet. You want your mind to be blank. So just as soon as a thought pops in, no, I'm going blank. Another thought, no, I'm going blank. And eventually you'll be able to go blank. And that's when you're able to see messages. It's clear, it's easy. And sometimes certain people just might not be meant to see messages, or that might not be open for you right now. And that's fine too. There's other ways. You don't have to just see. You can feel, you can sense, you can just know. There's many great psychics out there, or mediums, or anything for that matter, that receive messages by feeling the sensations, or just knowing or hearing, and that's all they do is they hear. For me, I hear, I can sense, I can feel, um, I can see, um, and it's a little bit easier for me, but it's hard for me to understand what I'm seeing a lot of the times. So that leads me to the next thing is once you actually start seeing visions here and there, you might not understand them. You might not understand why you saw this and then this and then this. My biggest thing for you is to write it down. Even if you go into it asking for messages, and as soon as you see one, breaking out of it, writing it down real quick. Write down your vision that you saw, and then just go right back into it. Ask to see another message. And the thing is you might see, for example, man, it's hard. You might see a trail, and then that vision's over with, and then you might see a third eye or something, and then you might see a rocket ship blasting off into space. And you're thinking, what in the heck do these even mean? Well, if you write them down and you kind of look at it together, you would see, okay, the road might mean the path that I'm on, and that's the path that I'm on right now. And then that third eye that you've seen, it might be saying that your third eye is getting ready to open, and once it does, you're gonna you're blasting off pretty much. You're gonna take off. Now you would pay attention to what that third eye is doing when you see it. If it's closed and then it opens, then you know that's what they're talking about. When it opens, you're gonna take off and things like that. That's just a little example, but just write it down. Pay attention to the symbolism of it, and just really open your mind to it. And the other thing is, this has really been a way that me and my guides have communicated, is I see a symbol. Say I see a cow or something weird, and I will go and Google what is the spiritual meaning of a cow, and what that Google answer usually says it relates to the situation that I'm in and where I am wanting to go. And that cow may mean toughness, and you gotta go, bull your way straight ahead, or something of that matter. And maybe I was at a block in life where I was like, man, I feel kind of stuck, and they're telling me, hey, you need to push forward in order to get to a better place. So the main thing is making your mind go blank, asking to see the visions, allowing yourself to see the visions. Be patient. Don't think that it's your imagination. Don't doubt yourself. If you see a vision, if you close your eyes and you ask a question, and you, in your imagination, see something that you wasn't thinking before, just pay attention to it. It could be you. It could be showing you doing something. They could be showing a friend doing something. They could be showing a memory from your past. Anything, but that could mean something. And when you see it, if you don't understand what it means, just tell them or ask them, can you please tell me what that means? Can you please explain further? And they might, and maybe they won't. It just depends on what they're trying to accomplish right then and there. So just practice. That's the biggest thing, is make sure that you practice. It doesn't get easier unless if you practice. Now, you don't want to go and try to see visions for 2 hours a day, every single day in a row. That's going to burn you out. You're going to end up with a headache, sinus infection, clogged nose, clogged up head. Who knows? I know when I did it, I was going every single day, and I would ask question after question and try to see visions. And I probably in a month or two had 3 or 4 sinus infections. And it wasn't fun. It wasn't quite good at all. So um, just be careful of that. You don't want to overdo it. Do, I would say, maybe once every other day for an hour or so if you wanted to. Don't leave yourself open. Don't continue to do things. It might just clog your head up, and nobody wants a clogged head. So another thing to make sure that you do is make sure that you do protection. Make sure that you do grounding. Bright light protection is where you visualize yourself standing there and you visualize a bright light bubble around you. So right here, right now, you would see a bright light bubble around me. It's very bright light. Now you would ask for Archangel Michael to come down to you. And you say, Archangel Michael, can you please reinforce this bubble? Make this bubble ward off any negative, evil, or bad energies. Don't allow them around me. Don't allow them into this bubble. Only good energy. You can call down from Archangel Raphael too. Ask him to remove any negative or bad energy from this bubble and put good, loving energy into the bubble. You can do something like that, and that's good for protection. There's certain stones out there that you can get. I have my necklace. When I first got this necklace, I put it in my hand. I held my hands out, kind of like this with it in my hand, and I asked for Jesus Christ himself to come down to me. And I asked him to bless this necklace and make this necklace protect me from any negative or bad energies. And in my mind's eye, I saw Jesus and I felt Jesus come down, and he put his hands over my hands with this necklace in my hands, and I saw through my mind's eye this necklace start glowing, and it was glowing with so much light, and in between our hands there was so much light peeking out, and then he pulled his hands away, and there was my necklace sitting there, and he went like that to me, and then he smiled and went away, and I took my necklace, put it on, and it's done a good job so far. So you can do something like that, but you want to do protection. So then grounding, you are going to visualize roots coming down your body out of the bottom of your feet, the middle of your feet on the bottom. Those roots go down into the ground all the way down and until you see a crystal in the middle of the earth. That crystal is going to be glowing bright, bright light. And you watch your roots connect to it. So it's there, and you watch your roots connect to it. And then you watch that light come back up into your body. And you see your body full of light. And then I see that as grounding physically, and then I do grounding spiritually. So I see a pole of white light coming from way up in the universe, and it comes right down the center of me, all the way down out of my tailbone to where my feet are there, and then that light's going deep down into the ground, way deep down into the ground, grounding me. Almost looks like a tripod. So that's what I do to ground, and that helps you from being overwhelmed from any messages or any energy or anything like that coming to you. So after you do that, then you start to meditate, then you ask for messages, and you want to do protection and grounding before you ask for any spiritual messages ever. You don't ever want to do it without it. I've learned my lesson with that, and that's another video that I'll make. So one more time: patience, clear your mind, protection, grounding, ask your guides to help you, because they will. When your guides receive that message that you're ready to learn, that you're ready to move forward with that, they will help you. They'll be there to help you. And it could open up something, to where you are all of a sudden seeing visions or hearing things or sensing things. You might not like it. I know there was a few times where I got scared throughout this, where I was like, man, am I going crazy? Or are all of these entities that are talking to me good? Things like that. So just be careful what you wish for, and it's not bad at all. It's not. It's actually very nice to be able to talk with your guides, with your higher self. I've talked with my deceased grandma, a bunch of deceased spirits before, and it's nice. It's very nice to be able to pass on those messages to people. It is a great thing, and it's such a blessing and such a gift. So use your energy wisely. Just focus on what matters, and that's receiving visions to help yourself, help others. Don't use it in a bad way at all, and you'll be fine. So that's about all I have for today. Just have fun with it. Be in a really good place when you start to do it. Be in a happy place. And just know that your guides are there to help you, and they're there with you when you ask them. And if you don't see a vision, I guarantee you they're trying. You have to raise your vibrations up high, and they have to drop their vibrations down low in order to be able to communicate with you. So the meditation really helps raise your vibrations to where you will be able to receive those messages. So just focus on that, higher in your vibration, eating better, having fun, just laughing all the time, smiling, being good to other people, staying away from alcohol, staying away from negative people, things like that. And you will be able to see vision. Everyone can do it for the most part, or at least sense or hear. Just practice, practice, practice. So that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching it, sticking through it with me. If you liked it, please hit subscribe and the like button. I really appreciate everyone that subscribes, everyone that likes my videos. If you have anything to say about it, good or bad, highly would like to not have any bad things down there, but go ahead and comment. Any real negativity will either be deleted or blocked. I'm not dealing with any negativity on my videos, so leave me a comment, subscribe, like it, and I'm going to make more. I'm going to make a bunch more videos and keep on going with this. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day.